Hello everyone, welcome back to Lamp Oil Stock. We're going to look at another topic, another thing we wanted to talk about today. What do you got? What are we talking about?
Proverbs 23:23.
Hold on. Proverbs 23:23. I got it right here. Buy the truth and sell it not. Also, wisdom and instruction and understanding. That's the verse?
That's it.
Okay, what about it?
Okay, so one of the reasons why I really wanted to start making these videos is because I was listening to somebody I don't generally listen to. But I look at these camps and these people who put up stuff kind of like I look at the Bible, take a little bit here, a little bit there, because I think all of these camps have some truth. And so I listen to them to see if they have anything that I can take out of it, and I take the good and leave the bad. So I was listening to this one camp, and he started talking, and he brought up this verse, and I was listening, and I was with him and hearing what he was saying. I was like, okay, I never really paid attention to this verse. And he was talking about buy the truth, and he said buying the truth is if you hear something and it rings true to you, and you realize that it is true, then you should accept it, take it in, and start living your life accordingly. And I'm like, you right, show you right. And then he says, but sometimes as a pastor, I have to sell the truth. Now I'm like, hold up, wait a minute, stop. What the fuck, right? My husband doesn't like me using that word. But so anyway, so it's like everything just stopped for me because it says buy the truth and sell it not. It doesn't say, well, let me tell you when to sell it. So I'm still listening to him, and he's talking about as a pastor, I have to get people to, come and hear the word so that they can buy the truth. And I'm like, that's a big ball of shit. It makes absolutely no sense. You're wicked, you're evil, you're going to go to hell. Now, is he wicked and evil and going to go to hell? I have absolutely no idea, but my anger sometimes gets away with me. We all are, I try to look at everybody and say, okay, we all trying to figure out what's right and what's not right. I just feel like he is completely wrong on this, and hopefully it's accidental that he is completely wrong and not, he's just really is evil and needs to burn in hell. So I'm going to give him, like I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, because I just don't know. When I was wrong, I was really wrong. Nobody could tell me that I was wrong until I realized I was wrong, and then I was no longer wrong anymore because I got right. So,
that's about as confusing as it gets.
Blah, blah, blah.
I got you was wrong, and you knew you was wrong. I got it. Okay.
Okay, so anyway. So it says, buy the truth and sell it not. Also, wisdom and instruction and understanding. So when it says buy the truth, you hear the truth, you are to take that, and you were supposed to accept it into your heart, because that's when I buy something, I am investing something. The name of our channel is Lamp Oil Stock. We are investing in the oil or the truth or the light. So when I buy something, I am taking something of mine and I am investing in it. Then it says sell it not, because when you go to someone who is selling, like I used to sell cars, my job as a car salesman was to say things to you to get you to buy that car. Now, of course, I always said the truth, but I would spin it in a way to make it more interesting to you, because, you didn't know any better. And I'm trying to make a sell. And when I look at these camps, that's exactly what I see. You have all of these camps out here trying to sell the truth because they are trying to get members. They are trying to get people to come and follow them. And that's just evil. There is a truth. And if a person wants the truth, you don't have to sell it to them. You know, if I go to the store because I'm baking a cake and I need some milk, I don't need a salesman there trying to convince me to buy it. I'm going to buy the milk because that's what I need. But so things that you need, nobody has to sell it to you. You're going to go get it. So you need the truth. You need the Most High. And anything other than the truth, any spin on that is evil, because now they're getting you on the lie or the perceived truth instead of the actual truth. So you have these camps out here who have multiple wives. And they say, well, look, in the Bible, they had multiple wives, so it's okay. Yeah, but that's true. But these camps are based on lust. The people that are drawn to these camps have lust in their hearts, because they're not telling you all the things that go along with having multiple wives or why you should have multiple wives. They're not telling you the good and the bad. They want you based on your lust or your greed. And so they tell these people whatever it is that they want to hear in order to get them to join their camp. You have the camps out here who are based on money. So they have this spin about money, and they will talk about Christian churches who are based on money, money, money. But at the same time, they have their own camps set up that way. You have these camps out here who are selling that it is okay to have these other nations inside of the camp. You have these camps who say, you know what? Yeah, but you're grafted in, and once you're grafted in, you can be with me. Well, now you're taking the Bible and you're using this piece and that piece in order to get people who don't want to get away.
Oh, you're talking about Esau being in the camp with them and just saying, oh, hey, you can have anybody in this camp. It don't matter if they're Hebrew Israelite or not, because they're all grafted in.
Yeah, you know, the Most High said go to, you know, everybody. So, well, they're everybody. Let's ignore the fact that you have to get your own household together before you can help anybody else's household. Let's ignore the fact that he said separate. Let's ignore the fact that when Christ was here, he didn't have other nations in his group. So these are people who are selling an idea so that you become part of their group. And they're leading their members astray. Because in order to sell a lie, you have to keep selling it. You have to keep twisting it. You have to keep changing it. And you can never deviate from that idiocy, or you're going to lose the people you have.
Yeah, that's true. Now, there is a Bible verse that I think we need to address off the bat when we're talking about this selling the truth. Because it says, and it's part of where we get our name from, but the wise answered. Now, this has to do with the 10 virgins waiting on the bridegroom. And it is in Matthew 25. It's Matthew 25. I'm going to start at 8 and read all the way through 10. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, not so, lest there not be enough for us and you. But go ye rather to them that sell, and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went in with him to the marriage and shut the door. So in that verse, it implies that you can buy the truth from someone who is selling it. It implies that, but I think this is just a remnant of oil sales. I mean, they're using a metaphor, and the metaphor is about oil. And yes, you can buy and purchase oil, and it is true that you buy the truth yourself, but there's not someone who's supposed to be selling it. That's not exactly how this works.
Actually, it has really nothing to do with buying and selling oil. The 5 people who had their oil and had it full was just trying to get rid of the others because they were fools. They didn't care what happened to them. There's nothing after that that talks about them buying the oil or them selling the oil, and they sure as hell did not participate in the marriage, and they're trying to buy some oil from a seller. So it had nothing to do with buying and selling. The Most High calls you, and the Bible tells you plenty of times that He chooses you. And it's not because of what you do, what you look like, what you know, how you feel. It is because He, for some reason, looked down upon you and said, I choose you. So you have these people, and some of them have their oil filled. Now, we don't see how they get their oil filled, because the way that they got their oil filled was the Most High said, I choose you. And then you have some people who have some oil, but it's not filled. And why do they only have some oil? Because they got some of the truth, but the Most High did not choose them. So when it was time for the marriage, it was time for those people to go away. It is telling you that there are a lot of people who have been awoken and have some truth, but they never are going to make it into the kingdom.
Now, that's true. It does in other places talk about the remnant that's going to get in. Just the remnant of the folks that are going to get in. So this metaphor, it's kind of like 2 or 3 for 1. You know, we got this one story, but it represents several different aspects. And I invite you to read it for yourself, because you're going to take something else away from it as well. But you're absolutely right with this. Not everybody gets the same thing. Not everybody is getting in. Not all Hebrew Israelites are getting in. Some are, and some aren't.
As a matter of fact, it tells you throughout the Bible that the people who are going to hurt us the most, that are the most detrimental to us, is not Esau or some other nation, but it is us. We are the people who are going to hurt us the most and the worst. Why? Because, I can get mad at somebody on the outside of my house, but they can't aggravate and upset me. They can't get to me as much as someone that lives in my house. So there's a lot of these Hebrew Israelites out here who are intentionally trying to deceive you, that are trying to lead you astray, who don't want the truth and don't want you to have it. So you need to be weary of people who are awoke and what they are saying to you.
Excuse me. That's absolutely true. You have got to be studying for yourself. You have to be. You have to be studying for yourself. You cannot believe in these camps. You can't believe in us. You have to read it for yourself. You've got to get a book. You've got to get the Bible out and be studying on your own. And start forming those opinions, reading it right out of the Word itself. Because I could tell you something, and it be perfectly clear from my point of view. But until you read it and internalize it, take it in yourself, you're not going to understand it. You're only going to be following me if you're not following the Most High.
What I want you to understand is when you look at Christ's life and you look at Judas was a Hebrew Israelite. And he did things, and from his point of view, what he was doing was right. And yet he betrayed Jesus. He betrayed the Christ and turned him over for 40 pieces of silver. So we can say that, well, during to the time that Christ was here, the Romans were in charge and they did this and they did that, but none of that would have been possible without Judas. So we don't need to worry so much about people on the outside as we need to worry about people on the inside. So you should look at me and my husband as if we are intentionally trying to deceive you. Because if you do, then it will be harder for you to be deceived.
I don't know if I'd say intentionally trying to deceive you, but okay. All right.
Now, I don't trust nobody. So do you do?
But let's put it, how about this? The topic is something that you and your family should be discussing already, how to look at it and say, should someone be trying to sell me on the truth? Should they be providing me with the truth? And what should I do with the information I get anyway? You need to be opening your Bible to find your path to the Most High. That's what you got to be doing. You have to be doing that. And
my thing is, somebody keeps telling you something over and over and over again, trying to convince you or something, they are selling something to you. So these people you need to be cautious of. You need to be wary of. I'm going to tell you what I think, and you can take it or not. I don't care. I'm not trying to sell you on my perspective. I don't care if you have it. If you don't have it, I would be interested in why you don't. And if you can give me some Bible verses, maybe you will change my mind. But besides that, I don't give a...
yeah,
my husband tells me to watch
stop.
my mouth.
That's right. You need to stop. You just need, it's a family show. You need to stop. But anyway, no. So that's a point to be brought up. The truth. We're not only talking about what it is, but how you get it. And you need to be thinking about what are people trying to do when they are telling you the truth. Are they trying to sell you on something? Are they trying to get you to do something, donate something, give something, or what are they trying to do?
Yeah, what is their purpose? Oh, the world's coming to an end. The Most High is coming. Wait a minute, you should be starting your own business. And you should advertise that business with us. And we should be making money because money is what makes the world... Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not what makes the world go round. What makes the... I don't know. Money, 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 money. Oh, let me sell you this t-shirt. Let me sell you this. Let me sell you that. Because, of course, money is what's going to get your soul prepared for the things that are coming. And if the world is coming to an end, why do I care about starting a business? Why aren't I caring about getting myself in order to make sure that when the time comes,
Right.
I'm going to...
So you're talking about... Let's talk about street preaching for just a second.
Yeah.
All right. So if we're going to talk about street preaching... there are lots of camps that put up videos from all over the world where they're Hebrew Israelites standing out on the street corner saying all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Right? So, one of the... And they don't, to me, seem to be selling the truth at this point. They are screaming it at people. And they are screaming all kinds of things at people. But they're not necessarily selling anything.
I disagree with some of the times that's all they're doing is selling, because they are trying to say, look at what the Bible says. And when they mention these camps, oh, you're Issachar, you're this, you're that, you're that, what they're doing is saying, hey, Mexican, I want you to come and hear what I have to say, because I'm telling you that you are a part of the tribe. Hey, Puerto Rican. Hey, Indian. Hey, whatever. So they are selling the truth because they're trying to get people to listen to them on the basis that, hey, I'm telling you that you are part of this tribe. But in reality, there is no way to be for sure on what tribe anybody is really from. Now, I believe that I am from the tribe of Judah, because if you look at what happened to the tribe of Judah, they were the last ones that were put into slavery.
That's in Deuteronomy, yeah.
So you had Judah, Benjamin, which was together, and some Levites. So we were the ones put into on the boats and sent overseas. So, but I could be Judah, I could be Benjamin, or I could be Levi. There's no way to really say which one I am, and the Bible tells you that, you know, people want to talk about where their lineage is from, but there's no way that they would be able to really know.
Right.
So are Mexicans from the 12 tribes? I think they are. I think that some of them are, because Mexicans is white people and black people got together and got busy either through rape or willingly, but that's what it is. That's where they get their coloration from, and their hair is, they are a mixture. And so some of them are, some of them aren't. Some of them are just straight up 100% white.
Yep.
Because Mexico is a place that was inhabited, that was, it was conquered by white people, and there were people of color that lived there when they were conquered. But so are some Mexicans? Yes, they are. But then if you look at every nation, because the Most High says we're going to be put into every nation has Hebrew Israelites.
True.
And you have, so how can you say for sure that if you are a native Indian, you are a Hebrew Israelite? Well, I believe some of them are, because I believe before we went into captivity, when you had Israel going into captivity, I believe some of those Israelites fled over to this part of the world.
Okay.
But then when you look at the Native American Indians, for example, you also have what everybody knows of as the $5 Indian, where white people wanted to get the benefits that they were given to the Indians, so they claimed to be something they weren't in order to get it. And then, of course, you have Indians and white people getting together. So, well, if the child is based on the father, then it would really, if these Native American Indians are from the tribe or not, would really depend on who the father was. Was it the white man or not? I don't know. So, if you look at, you have Native American Indians. Some of them look light, bright, and damn near white. And then you have some of them that are dark-skinned who passed for black people. So what are they? Some of them are Hebrew Israelites, some of them aren't. You have to look at the curses that went along with it. If you look at people who just have brown skin, well, hell, some of them are Hebrew Israelites, some of them aren't. If everybody in the world started off with brown skin, then there's got to be brown-skinned people who are Hebrew Israelites and brown-skinned people who are not.
That's right.
So
it's not just a pro-black stance. It's not just a pro-color stance. It is a pro-Hebrew Israelite stance. Is this person following the Most High? If they are not, I know I'm not following. I got nothing to do with them.
Yeah, it's not even a pro-Hebrew Israelite stance. In my opinion, it is a the people who were following my father stance. I don't care what your blood says. If you were not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of my father, if you were not doing what you can in order to understand what it is he wants for you, to hell with you. I don't care. I am not for your color. Now, if it comes down to a personal thing, if I see a black person being shot down in the middle of the street, yeah, I feel a certain type of way about that, because I can identify with him on a level of color.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think of him on a level of the Most High. Well, you know what? The Most High said he's done with your evil, and so you got to go and, bye.
Yeah, that'll send you right out the door.
I hate to say it like that, but bye. You weren't following the Most High. If you were, you wouldn't have been at that club. You wouldn't have been messing with them women. You wouldn't have been doing what you were doing. And I could say, well, gee, if he only had a chance to get the truth. But God chooses you. You don't choose him. And if you didn't have the truth when you died, then bye. Because you weren't going to get it.
Yep, they had the chance. The chance is already there. It's already happened. Each person has that chance to make a decision. And if they choose not to make a decision or they choose incorrectly, they have to deal with that.
So I am an African American, and I feel a special type of way for people who have gone through the same type of struggles as me. But I am a Hebrew Israelite first. So don't ever get it twisted. I'm not on your side because you are my color. I'm not on your side because you were from this country. I'm not on your side because we are women. I am on the Most High side first. I am not against you because you're not from this country. I'm not against you because you are whatever color or whatever nation. I am against you if you are against my Father.
That's it. That's pretty much the easiest way to put it right there. So, anyway, this is Lamp. This is Lamp Oil Stock. Our opportunity to share our faith with you. If you like what we're doing, it's great. Leave us a comment. Let us know. If you've got a question or you want a concern or something to that effect. You okay? Get all choked up. Just get all choked up. But anyway, if you have a comment or a question or concern, just leave us a little comment down at the bottom. We'll be happy to hear from you. You can also shoot us an email. It'll be listed down on the bottom of our page. So, till another time. Thanks.